From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
And breaking news on the Afternoon Edition, lawyers for former President Trump meeting with the Justice Department in the last few hours as a potential indictment looms. Good afternoon, I'm Ryan Yamamoto. The former president confirmed the meeting, calling it productive. The possible indictment is related to an investigation into Trump's efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. This month, special counsel Jack Smith informed Trump he was a target of the Justice Department's investigation. That investigation looks into months after the election leading up to the January 6th riot at the Capitol. A spokesman for the special counsel did not comment on that meeting. Police in Oakland say a woman who is 9 months pregnant was shot. It happened around 9:30 last night near International Boulevard and 77th Avenue. Police say she was shot in the chest. Both her and her unborn baby are in stable condition. It's unclear if anyone has been arrested. Happening today, a community safety meeting will happen in Oakland to address the rash of carjackings. It will be held at the Montclair Presbyterian Church at 6, and Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price is expected to be there. This comes as carjackers have become extremely bold, and police say an organized caravan ended in chaos yesterday when undercover officers spotted the group holding up a driver at gunpoint. This was the result: an OPD cruiser crushed by this white van as carjackers made their getaway. This happened at the intersection of 32nd and West Streets. And as Sarah Donchi reports, is just the latest example of bold thieves striking in broad daylight.
This woman was driving alone in the Oakland Hills Friday morning when the car in front of her on Skyline Boulevard suddenly blocked the lane.
No.
Ah! She managed to escape, but is too traumatized to talk about it. Elizabeth Gage knows how she feels.
I'm afraid to go out and get my mail. I'm afraid to walk my dog. Yeah, no, this is new.
Gage recently escaped some would-be carjackers who started following her near her home in the Oakland Hills. It took her 35 minutes to shake them, topping speeds of 100 miles per hour on the freeway.
I kept yelling, "You're not going to get me. No way, no way."
City Council member Kevin Jenkins is now calling for automated license plate readers in Oakland, which neighboring Berkeley just approved.
I want to ensure that people that are committing harm in our neighborhoods are punished. All right, and so what that looks like on the other side with the district attorney's office, I'm sure they will take their best thinking into that.
District Attorney Pamela Price has taken a lot of heat lately for charging decisions that critics say send a message of permissiveness to young people.
She calls them our babies. These are not babies. These are really disturbed young people. And there needs to be a consequence, because without a consequence, everybody else is looking and saying, nothing happens.
There were plenty of consequences at this crash scene. 2 officers and an innocent victim ended up in the hospital with minor injuries, along with one of the suspects. Police say they also made multiple arrests and found a gun.
And joining us live now is Oakland Mayor Shane Tao. Mayor, we want to start there. Oakland police have reported a 24% jump in carjackings from this year compared to last year. One resident called it an epidemic, and a lot of concern is about repeat offenders. The police union says it's arresting the same people over and over again. So a two-part question here. What is behind this crime spike, and how do you hold repeat offenders accountable? It's a tough job.
No, you're absolutely right. And I want to be very clear that here in the city of Oakland, it is our job to have our officers, apprehend suspects, and it is not in our purview to actually charge. And so once we actually apprehend the suspects, they are given to the county, the district attorney's office, and it is from there that the district attorney's office will make that decision. And so I understand the frustration full and through. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous. Right? You see the video of the possible carjacking situation. You see the videos where my officers were involved, and thank goodness that they are safe and sound, but at the end of the day, yes, the cost must be higher than the benefits, right? We have to, and we must see some sort of consequence to all of these different crimes. And these are just not, simple property crimes or what have you. These are pretty aggressive crimes. And so right now there are active investigations. So I can't speak on the situations themselves, But under my administration, we've returned our motorcycle units to the streets so that we can do more to address this type of crime. Not just that, but as you saw, it was an undercover unit that was out there. It was my burglary suppression team that was out there. I just want to thank OPD for their brave work, their hard work, their continuous work. More so than that, you know, as residents and as businesses in this moment in time, I do want to say, please be vigilant and aware of your surroundings. You know, my family have been victims of crime too. I remember very well when my son was home alone and burglars broke into my home. And that is very traumatizing, and no one should have to go through that kind of trauma. And so you know, I am very supportive of the automated license plate readers as well too. And this is something that I am actively working on with other council members. And so just, you know, and just wait for some of the technology and innovation that I will be bringing forward to the city in order to help our officers in regards to, you know, all of the different crimes that are happening throughout the city.
You mentioned the license plates readers, and Councilmember Kevin Jenkins had brought that up in that piece that we just aired. How big of a priority would that be for you? We know the city of Berkeley is trying to approve that also.
Absolutely. This is a priority number one. Right now, I have already given authority for the police chief to have conversations. There's ongoing conversation with the privacy commission already. They're working on some legislation in that view. I am working to actually fundraise to get the funds so that we can actually purchase not just the equipment, but also make sure that we have ongoing money to continue to collect the data. But that is something that I'm actively working on, is one of my top priorities. And so we're hopeful that the cameras, you know, depending on the bureaucracy that it goes through, that they can be up sooner rather than later. If I could, I would put the cameras up tomorrow.
Absolutely. And Mayor Tal, you talked about several different ways to improve safety in the city. You recently rode along with the city's macro teams, which deals with nonviolent, non-emergency calls. Your budget aimed to fill vacancies within that team. Can this help free up police so they can deal with that spike in violence?
Absolutely. You know, this is one arm. You know, this doesn't cancel out the police. I want to be very clear about that. But our macro department, which is basically a civilian-led department to go out and assess any sort of situation where there may be a mental health issue. What I am seeing is that, you know, they're actually addressing many of the calls that would be considered non-emergency. And so I'm really excited that we have over 100 applicants to fill in the 18 vacancies that we have in macro. And so, you know, we're hopeful that we can get more people filled into those vacancies, and then we can deliver more services, freeing up some of the work from our police officers. But, you know, like I told the chief, we need to continue to run our academies, because right now we're over 710 officers, finally getting over the hump of having less than 700 officers. And so, you know, we got to just keep, you know, hiring and training, both in the macro department with their Department of Violence Prevention to interrupt the crime, and then also with our response, which is our police officers.
And as you talk about those police officers, I understand you have a couple of events with Oakland PD and they're having with the community. How important is it to bridge that gap?
It is incredibly important. We have to build that community trust. I mean, in order to solve many of these crimes, or not just that, but to also intervene before the crimes and the shooting happens, is through community trust. And so not only are we working with our police officer to build that community trust, we are also working with community leaders through our ceasefire program that's really targeted towards that very small population of people who are highly who would be a high risk in regards to pulling a trigger. And so working with community leaders like our pastors and religious leaders, and also our community leads, along with OPD, along with our Department of Violence Prevention, we're going to start seeing, I know that doesn't feel like it right now, but you know, as I'm doing the audit of ceasefire and really implementing things that do work, that where the data show it works, I'm hopeful that by next year we will be seeing a lower number of homicides and property crimes.
Mayor Tal, thank you very much for having this conversation with us. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. An investigation now into a police shooting in San Francisco that left a man dead. Police say plainclothes officers were trying to make an arrest at Fairfax Avenue and Catalina Street in the Bayview area yesterday afternoon when another person approached what they thought was a gun. Officers called for backup, but they say the man kept coming. They shot him and he later died at the hospital. Police eventually did arrest the person they were initially after. They say they plan to release more details at a town hall meeting sometime next week. And today, San Jose City workers announced the date for a strike vote. They'll begin in-person voting on August 1st. If approved, it would be their first strike in 2 decades. Contracts for thousands of workers expired on June 30th. Long lines of Taylor Swift fans descending on Levi's Stadium, all to get merchandise. Look at all those Swifties. This is ahead of the first night of her Eras Tour stop in Santa Clara. Justin Andrews went into that crowd to bring us this report.
All right, you can finally get your Swiftie swag. The doors opened up not too long ago, and let me tell you, people are excited to get all of this merchandise that you see up there on the wall. A lot of people really interested in that one to the right, all the way to the far right, that blue crew neck. That is one everyone's talking about. Let me tell you, there are hundreds, if not almost 1,000 people out here waiting to get their hands on this Taylor Swift swag. They've been out here since about midnight. Take a listen to one lady who says she left her home at 10:45 p.m.
I did not want to miss out on exactly the things I wanted, so this is worth it. So I'm here, I made it, yeah.
Tell me what you want. Can you tell me?
I want it all. But mostly the all black hoodie. Okay. I'm here for the all black hoodie.
And this was all Taylor Swift's doing. She said she wanted to make sure her fans were able to get the t-shirts and get the Swiftie swag if they weren't able to get inside the concert. All right, Swifties, get ready. She's going to be here tomorrow and Saturday.